All right. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? I hope everyone is doing well. Today, I wanted to bring you guys all a Season 15 JAX Guide update because there's a lot of discrepancies for those of you that use the Mobifier and that have watched my past videos. There's a lot of discrepancies between what I say on the guide and what I actually do. So, yeah, quick little update video for you all on Season 15 JAX, runes, and build. Also, to those of you wondering, the guide has been updated on Mobifier. So if you don't want to watch this video or whatever, feel free. You should watch this video, though, because I give a lot of explanations and shit like that. So, best rune page is undeniably this one right here. Grasp, Demolish, Second Wind, Overgrowth. You can take Bone Plating in some matchups like Garen or Ribbon. Champs that have to get close and have to be melee to pop it, it's pretty good against. Otherwise, Second Wind is just way better. And then Inspiration Tree is best second with Biscuits and Cosmic Insight, in my opinion. Now, there has been some talk about Axiom Arcanus JAX, and I think it could be decent. That's the one that ups your ult damage, right? So on the passive, on the ult active, all that good shit. But the rune is kind of bugged right now, so it's hard to see how it actually works. And there's a lot of like weird interactions with JAX. Like, it buffs up your 80 damage on the third passive hit, but not if you use your W. But, like, I don't know. It's really strange. So, until that shit gets fixed, I would steer clear because I can't tell you if it's good or not, right? I think this page is the most consistent at the moment. I love Cosmic Insight when you're running Flash and Teleport. I take Flash and Teleport almost every single game. Not almost, pretty much every single game. Because with Cosmic, it goes on a 4-minute cooldown, which means, you know, you recall for the first time around 4 minutes. It means you can TP at minute 4, minute 8, and minute 12. That's 3 times in one laning phase. Really strong. Really good. Being able to use 3 times, like TP 3 times in a laning phase is nuts, man. And you'll notice it. If you take Cosmic Insight, you will notice the difference. And then Biscuits are still just really strong for all-ins. They give you 90 max HP. Which is, you know, it's like 200 something gold value in itself. So yeah, Biscuits Cosmic, really good. And I take Doran Shield almost every game as well. Talking about lethal tempo, guys, I don't go this anymore. You can go it if you really enjoy playing it. I know it's a fun playstyle, but with the new wave changes, I feel like there aren't as many all-in windows. And so whenever I've gone lethal tempo JAX, I feel very useless. I feel really weak in lane. I feel like there's never good windows to take it all in. And so I've just been going Grasp every single match. And the reason for this change, right, is that if we think about last season, in some matchups you would do like Dr. Mundo. You know, you do your 3-wave crash and you know it would come back and freeze. Like you could trim it and freeze it right in front of your tower. And you know that you would have an all-in window with lethal tempo at that time, right? But waves are different now. Things are not as like stable and set in stone the way that waves play out. And so I think that favors Grasp more for trading. And so that's why I've been going Grasp page. Lethal just feels trash right now. However, if you really like it, then I would recommend running it with Biscuits and Joe. Alternatively, you can run it with Demolish if you want to go like the split push build. I'll get to that later on. But yeah, I think Lethal with Joe and Biscuits is a good all-in combo for a rune page if you want to run lethal tempo. I just wouldn't recommend it personally. The reason Joe is good with it is because you can reset and buy boots and a dagger, and so you're still not missing much AD. You miss out on 4 AD, but in return you get boots and a dagger, which lets you stack lethal faster and keep up with your opponent better. So it's really good for all-ins. But yeah, overall, I don't take lethal tempo ever in any matchup anymore. I just haven't been enjoying it. I like Grass more. The best build. Okay, so I like to go Trinity and the Sundered into either Zanya's or Unending Despair. And in a lot of games recently, I've been building both, right? So if I go Zanya's third, I'll go this fourth. If I go this third, maybe I go Zanya's fourth. Maybe I go a different item, right? But yeah, Zanya's and Unending Despair are both really strong items on JAX at the moment. Zanya's third is better when you're against high burst teams, as it says here. And then Unending is good against like consistent DPS, right? So if I'm playing against a burst mage, for example, like Syndra, or I'm playing against a Kog'Maw who, as soon as my E is down, I get shredded. then I'll use Zanya's, right? I'll go in, pop my E, stun, try to hit him a few times. Zanya's, my E comes back up, I can use it again, right? I don't like Sterix anymore. I just think the item feels like shit. I never build it. I wouldn't recommend you guys to build it either. If you feel that you're not good enough to use Zanya's properly, then just go Unending Despair every game and then build something after it, like, I don't know, just any situational item after it. But I think this 4 item core is really good on Jax right now. It feels amazing. So definitely give it a try. You end up being really tanky. You have good utility with Zanya's. And yeah, if you have something like Mercs with Feats of Strength upgrade or something like that, you'll just be really strong. If the enemy has high AP, then maybe you want to substitute one of these items out for like a Kanik or something like that. Wit's End maybe. But overall, this core build is really good. Highly recommend it. Another thing I want to talk about, which I've actually been running, I can show you guys. I've actually been running this in my Challenger games. I just hit Challenger. And I've actually been running Tank JAX in my games. And it feels really strong, dude. Like, really fucking broken, man. Highly recommend giving this a try. It even works in high elo, right? Tank JAX is really fucking strong. So, basically how this works is you rush Iceborne Gauntlet. And you build tier at some point in lane. Doesn't have to be first back, because then you can feel pretty weak. But second reset, third reset, whatever. Buy your tier. Rush Iceborne Gauntlet. Then build Fimba Winter. And then Unending Despair. And then these last 2 items, you can kind of go whatever. Same with boots, right? You can kind of just pick whatever boots are best. I like the Swifties if you have Feats of Strength, because then you're just like so fast. You're slowing everyone. You have so much utility. It's really strong. Like, highly recommend it. When to go Tank JAX, I like going this when I'm against 3+ 80 champs on the enemy team. Or like this game, for example, right? When you're against enemy champions that don't really have like good tank shred, right? It's really strong. So like this game, right? I'm against Nocturne and Set, who if I build armor, they will never deal damage to me. And then their AP champs are Xerath and Lux, who don't have great tank shredding ability, right? And if I dodge their spells, it's really hard for them to kill me. So I go Tank JAX, I just focus on being a frontline for my team, and it's a free win, right? So you want to go this setup when you're against like 2 to 3 80 champs, and when they don't have good tank killing champs, right? Like if they have a Gwen on their team, do not go Tank JAX, okay? But if they have Set Nocturne like an ADC, or Set Nocturne and Seraphine or some shit, go 80 or go Tank JAX, because they just won't be able to kill you. You're literally like unkillable. It's such a strong build. I almost feel like you're a better version of Cassante, because you're still slowing people. You can dodge auto attacks and stun people. AoE CC. Your ult gives you stats, but then you're able to Q every 4 seconds, like hopping in and out of fights, in and out. It's just so good. It's so good. Highly recommend. As for split push JAX, right? This build, I made a video on it. You go lethal tempo and you take demolish. And this is kind of like a low elo stomp. So if you really like the playstyle of split pushing and you like going this build, you one-shot towers with it, it's pretty fun to play. Feel free. I would only recommend this for people in really low elo where split pushing is really effective. Your laning phase will be like harder, but you one-shot towers and it's really fun to play with. As a side benefit, you what's it called? You'll learn how to auto reset with Titanic Hydra, which will make you a better player mechanically. And yeah, it's never a bad thing to learn how to carry games with split pushing. It causes you to really think about good macro and how to play in the map. It's not bad. So if you want, then feel free to play with this and take lethal tempo with demolish. If you're higher elo, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think split pushing is the best way to win the game. And so I like building one of these 2 builds to have more utility and power in team fights. Yeah, other than that, just to close this out, some things I plan on doing in the future here. I'm going to try to make a top 10 on NA push. I'm rank, what am I, like 70 right now? Yeah. So, I have a long ways to go for top 10, I believe. Yeah, I got to gain like another 500 LP. But I think I can do it. I really think I can do it. And so, that's what we're going to try to do. If you want to watch that, feel free to go over to twitch.tv/Haxer. I'll probably do it sometime in February. And then, yeah, I also have a Fiora guide coming soon for those of you that might be interested in learning Fiora. But yeah, Modifier Guide's up to date. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching and for all your support. It means a lot. I hope that this helps all you guys out. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. Feel free to leave me a like and subscribe, follow the Twitch, whatever. And I will see you guys in the next video. Doses.